the bench, I
Like George Washington on the whip, he giving you numbers. You feel me?
Off the hip, John Stockton, the dick.
What's good? It's Detroit St. Louis is winning, man. Everybody want to do it.
What's tonight, folks? This team
Good job, okay.
No.
They just locked in.
Throwing points, getting hard.
I'm not saying it's Joker's fault. I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying.
Get him down 3 games. It's a quick sweep.
It's a mentality thing. That's really what I think it is.
The Kobe fade away, you're from 10 feet. You know what's in me.
Hey, yo! Y'all already know what time it is. Welcome to Basket to Basket. I'm back with the boys. What's going on, man?
You already know, bro. How you feeling?
Man, I'm good. How about
y'all
yourself?
feeling? I'm here.
I'm here too. I'm ready to get it going.
Get
Moolah's gonna be right back, y'all. Don't worry. But we still got a lock and load show for y'all. You already know how we go. Shout out to my boy Troy. You know, recovering from back surgery, bro. We got you today. Well wishes.
Boy.
So y'all know how this thing go. We start off with the NBA news and updates. So the first thing I want to start off with, the Spurs have cut Cam Payne. What you thinking, Boo Wop? Because I didn't understand it.
I mean, I don't understand. He's a veteran guard, but I guess they feel they don't need him. Truly, I mean, because I can't see why a coach like Pop wouldn't keep a veteran guard like that around just for backup purposes. Like, he's not a bad player, and I don't think he's necessarily a player that's going to make you worse. So I can't really understand it, other than they feel maybe they want to utilize more of their younger players at this point in time, and they don't really have a true need for them at all. I mean, yeah. So I wasn't I wasn't shocked necessarily, but I don't necessarily understand the move either.
Yeah, same thing here. I didn't understand the move. Cam Payne is a very, very good backup point guard. He's been to the finals with Phoenix. He went back to the conference finals. He's just a good, solid guard. Plays a little bit of defense. Has a nice shot. He can score from anywhere on the floor. Not the best facilitator, but I mean, you need somebody to come in there and fill up the score sheet, the stat sheet, and get you some points. That's Cam Payne all the way. So that actually, it blew my mind. So, Greg, I hope you know what you're doing down there, because I still love the Spurs like I love my Rockets, and I'm confused. I thought Cam Payne was there for the long haul, but obviously Greg had other plans for him. And Greg normally takes those old school type veterans and keep them around for a long time. So, I don't know. So
that's why I said it must be some to it. It got to be some to it.
You know, I started thinking about the Tracy McGrady, Steven Jackson thing. I don't know if you ever heard the story. Steven Jackson was on the Spurs when they lost to Miami that year, and that was the year Tracy McGrady came in. And Steven Jackson Tracy McGrady called Steven Jackson like, bro, they had me flying in to work out for a spot right now. We're gonna be on the team together. And he was like, well, damn, they just cut me. And that's how Tracy McGrady found out Steven Jackson got cut, and that's how Steven Jackson found out Tracy McGrady was there to replace him. So hopefully some news come out tomorrow that Pop he has some kind of big signing in the works for my Spurs fandom's sake, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I just think it got to be some to that, because Pop I can't see Pop doing it like just to be spiteful or anything. It's got to be something he sees in his team that he don't feel the campaign can fit it, I guess. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt of that.
I can also say I don't think Cam Payne will be a free agent when the season starts. Somebody's going to pick him up off of waivers. He might be going back to Phoenix. So it wouldn't surprise me if Phoenix picked him back up for a veteran minimum.
I wouldn't be shocked either. For sure.
So let's move on to the biggest news of the day, because me and GQ had this pop across earlier today. I don't know if you've seen this, but Kevin Porter Jr., Rockets Kevin Porter Jr., was arrested for beating up his girlfriend. That's the accusations. And strangling his girlfriend in New York, in a New York City hotel. The cops showed up and arrested him, and he's in jail.
You said who?
Kevin Porter Jr.
Wow. No, I didn't hear about that. That's not good. That's not good for the Rockets in particular, but yeah, that's not a good look for him as an individual. I mean, those type of things kind of stick with you a little bit.
Yeah.
What's the circumstances? You said it happened in New York.
A New York City
long-time
hotel.
girlfriend. Is this some?
I don't know if it's a long-time girlfriend. I was reading up on it. It just said his strangling his girlfriend. For all we know, it ain't a girlfriend.
Right. That's kind of tough. Young player to kind of have that on you. That's not good.
They tried to end Kobe's career for something. Not the same thing, but I mean, young black man in America in the NBA with all this money. I need these black men to start making better decisions. I need y'all, just pros in every y'all need to make better decisions.
Agreed.
Y'all saw what happened with Ray Rice. Ray Rice never made it back to the NFL. You saw what happened with Greg Hardy, and rightfully so. In his case, they tried to end Kobe's career, but Kobe eventually redeemed himself and became so beloved and the face of the NBA. I mean, it's a crazy thing. Even with Zion pretty much did nothing wrong. But I mean, people made it public knowledge, and they wanted to try and do him dirty with that too. So now you got Kevin Porter Jr. strangling his girlfriend, and I do believe the NBA is going to make an example out of him if he is found guilty, and he doesn't even have to be found guilty in this day and age, in the way the CBA is set up. Just you putting yourself in that situation.
You guilty just by by the memes or whatever. You guilty once social media gets a hold of it. So they're gonna take you to another level. Trust me. And
there's always cameras and stuff around.
Yeah.
I mean,
like you gotta walk a fine line today, man. For real. If you're a pro athlete, you can't. There's no real gray area no more. Like you just gotta realize that in today's society, you do one slip up, it's like it's gonna get blown out of proportion. Safe to say.
Every time. I mean, we all saw what happened to Michael Irvin. We see the video. It doesn't look like he did anything. The people in the restaurant in the hotel had to come to his defense and was like, it was just a little hey, and you walk off because we don't have sound. All we can go by is what he say and she say. But according to the video, it doesn't look like anything happened. But cameras are known to be everywhere. Somebody's always recording. I'm pretty sure we will see video soon.
For sure.
And when that video comes out, we will know how bad the punishment will be. So sucks for Kevin Porter Jr. Actually, it doesn't suck for him. He deserves everything he got if he's guilty of it.
This is true. Under no circumstances should you, beat a woman. Like, defend yourself to a degree, honestly. Like you might have to push a woman. I ain't saying I would like to push a woman, but if she's constantly wailing on me, my defense mechanism, get off of me. But to physically just, we ain't even finna get into that. We know that's just wrong. You can't expect you're a male athlete, bro. Like, you just got to be better than that. Simple.
Yeah, your weight class is different, completely different. And Kevin Porter ain't the smallest dude in the NBA.
Nah, not at all. Not at all.
So,
it's not Earl Boykins we're talking about.
Yeah. Hell, it definitely ain't Earl Boykins. So, some stuff came out today involving Damian Lillard. It says Damian Lillard would report to training camp in Portland or Miami, which is a big developing shocker to everybody here in the USA that watches, or in the NBA world that watches the NBA, because just a couple of months ago, he was headstrong. I'm not playing unless I'm in Miami. And now it's like, he's going to play if he's still in Portland or Miami. I mean, I feel like he gave up his leverage in the situation now.
He ain't have much leverage to begin with, honestly. He 2-3 years left on that contract.
Yep.
Yeah, he ain't got much leverage. You can't you can't tell a team where you really want to go, like for real. Like they don't have to trade you there, especially if the deal don't make sense for them. So it's just like you kind of stuck right now, Dame. Like truthfully, like Miami gonna have to either give Portland exactly what they want, or it's probably not gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's just a fucked up situation for Dame.
I definitely feel that whatever little bit of leverage he had left is now gone because, number one, I think we all really believe deep down that Dame was going to play eventually if he never got traded, regardless, just based on the fact that Dame is a hooper. He just wants to play basketball. He might not play basketball where he wants to be, but, I mean, he hasn't came out and spoken any ill will words towards the Portland organization or anything like that. Obviously, he loves playing there. He just know that his time there is pretty much come to an end if he wants to compete for a championship, and that's the reason why he's ready to move on now. But if they had a team competing, I don't think Dame would leave. I think he loves Portland that much. He loves the city that much. That's just his character.
I mean, I do think that too. He's a West Coast type of kid. He don't give me that I need to be in a major market vibe, like so. But I don't think he want to do the rebuild. That's just what it is at this stage in his career. He's just truly not trying to do the rebuild, and it do kind of seem like time is running out for him. So maybe I can understand why the decision is happening now versus maybe 2-3 years ago when he probably thought like, yeah, we got CJ. We got a decent team. We just went to the Western Conference Finals. Like, I can understand why he might have thought things was on the up and up. But, hey, we in 2023 now. Shit ain't looking good.
I was talking to a coworker, and he was comparing it to Kevin Garnett, how Kevin Garnett waited a little too late to get out of Minnesota. Because if you remember, Minnesota also reached the Western Conference Finals, and they peaked off. And in the next couple of years, they were out second round, first round, second round, over and over again until he got traded to the Celtics. And it's unfortunate that they stuck around that long.
Playoffs. They missed the playoffs 3 straight years after that. They didn't go to the playoffs. They missed the playoffs in 05, 06. They basically every year he was there.
Yeah, basically every year
they missed the playoffs. But that was because something happened with a trade. They messed up and they lost all their first round picks. So the team couldn't get better. And that was but still KG did wait like a little bit too long to kind of leave. So it is what it is.
Oh, what could have happened if Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett, and Paul Pierce could have all got on the team sooner?
Probably would have been multiple champions.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, so another big topic.
If they'd have got together in 05, like could have been a scary, scary thing.
Oh yeah, especially Seattle, Ray Allen going to Boston. That'd have been crazy.
Yeah, I mean, they basically got Seattle Ray though. Like they all were still top 15, top 20 type players at that time. That's what made them so special because you kind of knew they wasn't gonna really be stepping on each other's toes too tough, even though they was the man of their own teams. It's because they games then wasn't similar. Like you had the KG who was a low post presence and a rim protector, Paul Pierce just a flat out bucket, and Ray Allen was a shooter. It just worked well.
Yeah, most definitely. I think by the time Ray Allen got there too, he was very comfortable in just being a spot-up shooter. He was probably tired of being Milwaukee Ray, where he had to carry the load every single night by himself. Well, him and Rashard Lewis, because Rashard Lewis didn't make the All-Star team playing alongside Ray Allen. So next big thing that's come out today is load management. We talk about load management all the time on the show. We absolutely go ham on players and organizations for load management. So the NBA is listening to its fans, and now teams are going to start getting fined for resting multiple stars during nationally televised games. You think it's a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's a good thing. I mean, it should, because I think it is the teams like that's most of the time resting a lot of these players versus the player, because the player might do want to play, but the team is telling him, hey, we don't want you to play back-to-backs today. We don't want you to do X, Y, and Z because you just came off that injury. Teams are trying to protect their investments a little bit more so, and the league is going to punish them for overprotecting, I guess. I ain't mad at it.
I'm not mad at it either because Moo, what's going on?
Yo, what up, fellas?
Moo.
So right now we talking about so right now we talking about the NBA. Well, starting to find teams for sitting multiple star players during nationally televised games. You think it's a good thing or a bad thing?
I mean, I feel like it can go both ways, honestly. I feel like it can definitely be a good thing because at the end of the day, like Buwap said, you got teams that are trying to protect their investments, and a lot of these star players are starting to get better, a lot younger, and with AAU, with all these different forms of basketball, all these different basketball leagues, travel leagues, etc., they have a lot more miles on their body than the average player coming out of college earlier in the year. So I feel like, yeah, like I said, it can go both ways, bro. Like, it can definitely be a good thing, but at the same time, it can definitely affect profits and ticket sales, because if somebody is like us looking on all the reports about the NBA and they see like, oh, Steph's not playing, LeBron's not playing, or AD's not playing, or, you know, Jason Tatum's not playing in the back-to-back, and they really wanted to go to that game. And, you know, like we were talking about before, where as far as, you know, a lot of parents, you know, probably save up for a lot of times just to go to that one game or those 1-2 games, and, you know, that person doesn't play. It can definitely affect a lot of people that, you know, want to come out and want to support the NBA. And a lot of people don't want to come out and just see the regular, smegular players. Like me and DJ were talking about earlier with the Olympics team. So I don't know. I feel like it can be a good thing or a bad thing.
I see it both ways too. And the reason why I see it both ways is because, like you said, a lot of these players do come in with more miles on their body, and they do a lot more training and cutting and things like that, and crazy angles that you see in the NBA today. So yeah, I do agree. Nowadays, they probably need more rest. But if that's the case, they can just reduce the season to 66 games, like I've said before. But on the flip side of that, I do understand nationally televised games. If you're healthy, you should be playing. Honestly. Nowadays, the NBA is just so more accessible everywhere. So people want to see their favorite players play. If you don't have League Pass and your favorite player is playing a nationally televised game, it's like, hey, he's going to sit out tonight because the team wants some rest. It's load management. As a fan, it pisses you the hell off. I mean, it damn sure pisses me off when people don't play. And obviously, not everybody has a Kobe mentality. I got a broken finger. I don't care. I'm going to go out there and still play because I don't know who's coming to see me. I don't know who's watching this game to see me. So it's both ways. I can see it going both ways. But if it's a nationally televised game, you only have so much a year. At least make the nationally televised games. We know how much of a difference that makes market-wise. Just looking at LeBron, when he left Cleveland the first time, he took the economy with him. The economy crashed in Cleveland right after that again, like how it was before.
And honestly, bro, I feel that because, like, take like small market teams like Sacramento, right? Like, a lot of people will be excited to come out and see De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis play, Malik Monk. But if those guys aren't playing, and, you know, you got a whole bunch of people that are ready to come out, you know, start the season, you know, they're excited from last year's hype, and they find out that, oh, well, you know, like, yeah, well, they're playing the Warriors tonight, and it's the second night to a back-to-back, so none of the stars are playing. Like, y'all really think that people are going to come out and watch that game? On TV, they might, but, like, as far as, like, coming out and actually paying tickets and coming to watch players not named De'Aaron Fox, Sabonis, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green play, because, shoot, like we said, like Draymond said last year, sometimes it's hard to get up for those games. You can't necessarily say that this year because Sacramento is going to be a better team, but still, like, there might be those times where back-to-back where you see the Warriors and the Kings play, or the Kings and the Clippers play, and Kawhi's not playing, PG's not playing, De'Aaron Fox is dealing with something, and, you know, like DJ said, not everybody has that Kobe mentality to, like, man, I don't care if I got a broken finger, a fucking larinated disc, a broken shin, I'm going to play, you know? So, like, especially nowadays, to where it's like, okay, well, we're going to save our star athletes for the season, you know what I'm saying, for the actual season. And we know, like, the NBA has 2 seasons. It has the regular season and it has the playoff season. So a lot of coaches, a lot of owners, a lot of GMs are thinking in their minds, like, do I really want to put my guy out there for this game when I can have him out there for the playoffs or in a series that we might actually really need him?
Yeah, I feel that. I definitely feel that. I also think the NBA is trying to protect their investment of nationally televised games as well. So I don't know. Maybe this is something. This is something deeper than just the fans wanting players to play. It goes a lot deeper with the NBA wanting nationally televised games to showcase their best talent to make the league more global. So it definitely goes. I mean, in reality, it goes three ways. It goes the player ways, the GM and the franchise way, and it goes the NBA league as a whole's way. So I don't know. It's a lot to dissect. It's a lot to dissect. Yeah, it's a crazy thing.
Interesting the more it goes and the more we talk about it, right? Like a lot of people don't agree with the load management. A lot of people do agree with the load management, but I think the more we talk about it, the more we kind of converse and get, the logistics of it and why people are necessarily doing it. I think that'll be when the national TV or the national media kind of takes a hit.
So, Wap, let me ask you this, right? If you an NBA player and you play so many nationally televised games and you're going to be on TV and you have a chance to go out there and brand yourself, are you going to do load management on these nationally televised games when you got a chance to go out there and brand yourself? Because a lot of these players, they make their branding like, hell, I'm good now. I don't need to brand myself no more. So I'm sitting out this game even though it's nationally televised.
Yeah, I'm a play for the love of the game. And what I mean by the love of the game, it's just not my passion for the game. It's just like all that come with it. The fans are the reason why I'm able to be this comfortable and able to live this lifestyle that I'm living or whatever. Like, so if I couldn't do it, like, unless I was truly hurt. Like, if I'm truly hurt, not because I'm load managing, like, that's just unacceptable to me, like, personally. Like, if I was hurt, then yeah, but if I'm needed some rest, it's gonna be the game the night before or some shit that I'm gonna rest on. It's not gonna be this nationally televised game where I know the fans are truly piling in to see or whatever. Like, I'm not gonna do that.
Yep,
and see, that's the thing I respect right there. Like, I respect that mentality, like, more than, oh, well, I'm tired, I'm just gonna sit out. Well, it's like a lot of people are tired, bro. Like, shoot, your teammates is tired. Like, that's not necessarily fair to not only, you know what I'm saying, the fans, but it's not fair to your coaches as well. You feel me? Or your teammates who are also dog ass tired, who had to play a back to back and probably step up and play more minutes because you were tired, or whatever the case may be. So you can't necessarily just be like, oh yeah, well, I'm tired, bro. I really don't want to. Like, man, everybody tired. Get your ass out there and play basketball. That's what you signed up for.
Simple.
Real simple. I mean, I feel like that. Hell, we all here, we all grown, we all got jobs. I go to work tired. Hey, bro, get your ass out there and go to work tired just like we do.
Pretty simple.
It's literally that simple. Shoot, I'm at work right now.
You feel me? That boy clocking in while he clocking in.
Come on, man.
I feel that. So let's get to this next item on the dock here. This is a very touchy subject over the past week or so. Was Noah Lyles right? NBA champions are not world champions. Was he right?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not, bro. He's still wrong. And it's crazy now that this happened, he's even more wrong. That's the cool part about it.
He corny. That's what he definitely is. Corny.
Like, absolutely that.
That was like one of the most unnecessary statements I've ever heard a person give in an interview. Like, it was just super unnecessary. Like, why are you mad that you have to hear the announcers call them the world or see the world champions? Why are you mad and you're an American? Like I just didn't even understand it. Like, it's like, you're an American, bro. Like you grew up in America. Like, why do you care so much? It was just corny.
That's the weird part about it, bro. Like, you want to sit up there and, talk about world champions and what, but at the end of the day, bro, like, the best basketball players in the world come from where? America. So, like you want to sit up there, I hate that I have to watch the NBA finals and see that everybody see the NBA flag. Like, bro, what? Like, you see everybody's flag, dog. What are we talking about? And then not to mention, this is the reason why he's even more wrong now, right? because me and DJ were just talking about it backstage. Out of every single person that was on those teams, right? Who was the superstar? None of them are the respected superstars on their team except Shea.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else is, or you can say Anthony Edwards as well, but nobody else is a superstar, right? You pair that with these Europeans or these teams from the EuroLeague have their superstars, right? Because those are the best players that are on their team. That's the reason why they're in the NBA. Like, people forget that. Their best players are in the NBA during the regular season. So yeah, of course, when they come back, they're gonna know, oh well, yeah, this dude likes to go left. This dude likes to do this. His tendencies is this way. This tendency is this way. A lot of motherfuckers is playing against their teammates. So him sitting up there saying, oh well, or people want to say, well, was he right? No, he wasn't right, because at the end of the day, if the best players in the NBA were still on the same team, i.e. the USA, no team is competing, like, at all. If we take, and this is the point I brought up against somebody earlier, right? If you take Jokic and the Denver Nuggets, and none of them are playing for their respective teams, but they're playing on their playing for their respective country, but they're playing on their actual NBA team. Bro, nobody's beating them. Nobody in the world is beating them.
That right there was the point I was going to get to, because it's like, okay, you're going to say they're not world champs, but if you take the winner of any other league and you take the winner of the NBA team is going to smash them and win the world championship every single time. And the reason why a lot of these countries have beaten the USA in FIBA playing things, because they came up in the circuit together. They've been the best players in their country since they've been young, and they've been playing on these teams under 18, under 17, under 16 forever. They know each other. So
they got chemistry. That's what it is.
Yeah, they got chemistry, and they have that. When you have that chemistry and your star player just overseas in another league, just playing, and he comes back, like, that chemistry just doesn't do nothing but.
Hey, Mo, we got to guess. You muted.
You go ahead and step into my quarters, and then I'm gonna go ahead and let him up.
But yeah, man, I definitely do think Noah Lyles is still wrong, and more importantly, you can't compare a team sport to an individual sport. Like, it's freaking ridiculous. Like, even in basketball. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that the only thing I think is just the overseas team have more chemistry. That's just what it is. They play together in the summer. They play together almost every year, and they've been playing together, like you said, since they was kids. So they know each other. And it's more selfless basketball. It is more of a team-oriented game, where these guys, most of these guys that is on their team, whether they're superstars or not, are the guys for their team. So it's hard for them to play with other players. Like, truly is.
And I think people forget that on any given night in the NBA, no matter where you're from, you could be the 15th guy on the bench who they can go out there and bust anybody ass any given night, bro. Even in the NBA, we've seen some crazy games. Like, we saw Corey Brewer go off of 50 points in the NBA game. You know what I'm saying? Like, these guys would probably, like, you get out of high school and you go to college. That's 1% of all high school students. Then from college, you go to the NBA. That's 1% of all college athletes. These are the best players in the world. Like, this doesn't make sense. Noah Lyles is still wrong. He'll never be right about this topic, ever. Like, I don't even understand the notion.
Corny.
Yeah, it definitely
is. A corny guy. He just was being corny. I'm sorry. Like, this was being corny. That was an unnecessary shot.
Nobody asked him anything about that. He just slid it in there.
Like, it was stupid. There, like,
and like I said, you're comparing a team sport to an individual sport. If the team that wins 3-on-3 basketball in the world, because there's a world tournament for 3-on-3 basketball, the team that wins 3-on-3 basketball in the world isn't going to probably win an NBA championship with them three, and you throw two more people out there. It's probably not going to happen. Cousins, what's going on?
Marquez.
Here.
What's up,
What's
man? You
going
good?
on? Yeah, I'm good. I'm in the house chilling.
Okay.
We literally was just talking about this on Clubhouse the other day. The Olympics and
I was just talking about it like 30 seconds ago.
Right now we talking about Noah Lyles and his comments, and was he
Yeah,
right?
He was right, like semantically, like okay, sure. Them calling like the Nuggets calling themselves the world champions. It's technically incorrect, but like if you just want to be like a regular person and use common sense, then yeah, they're the world champions, bro. The Slovenian team is not beating the Nuggets.
That's absolute facts.
Yeah, I guess he wanted to have a moment, man.
Definitely.
People be wanting to have moments.
And I get it. You feel me? Like everybody needs their moment, but just take your medal and shut up, bro. Like that. Those comments was hella weird. You feel me? Like at the end of the day, bro, everybody wants to sit up there and say like, oh well, yeah, he was right and blah blah blah. Like, bro, I don't want to hear none of that shit about him being right about Team Canada beating Anthony Edwards, Brandon Ingram, and fucking Austin Reeves in them, bro. Like, if it's LeBron and Steph and all them motherfuckers, yeah, bet sure I'll listen. I'm front row. I'm ears open. Like, but come on, bro. We're not.
What did I tell y'all in King James fashion? This is King James we talking about in his fashion. As soon as I declare I'm going next year. Didn't I tell you, cousins? Didn't I tell you?
Yeah.
I told you.
Okay.
Bron got on the horn and say, yeah, they got me messed up, bro.
And this is what I was just saying, right? This is what I was just saying when I was like, that's not gonna mean anything because we always win when it comes to I don't know if that's the summer or winter Olympics or whatever. The one that's every 4 years.
Yeah,
we always win. Yeah, we always win that one. So that's not going to be him assembling a war squad for that. Won't mean nothing because then 2 years later, when the FIBA tournament come up again, we just going to send the B squad again, and then whatever happens, happens. So if he did that,
even send the B squad. We probably sent the C squad because Zion ain't played, Jason Tatum ain't played, Jaylen Brown ain't played. If you
I think that was
LeBron,
it. I think that was I think that's close to like I actually went through my little ranking and I was like, if we just sent the 12 best players, fuck position, fuck what you need, just the 12 best American players, Ant would be the only person that will stay on the team.
Yep.
But now if we accounted for position, Ant will have to leave. So Bam could be on the team because we'll need another big. But so we probably sent close enough to the B squad because I think in that next 12 American players, and we ranked all the American players and did 13 through 24, like Ant, Brandon Ingram, I'm blanking out on who else on the team, Mikal Bridges, Tyrese Halliburton, yada yada. I think all of them. No, I'm saying who on the team.
Or the B team. No, I'm saying would he be on the A team or B team?
He on the A team. He on the A team.
Okay.
Yeah, he on the A team.
Yeah, Mitchell on the A team. Jaylen
Brown will be on the official B team. Tyrese Halliburton, Draymond. I had to look at my list, but yeah, Ant will be the only person. If we just sent our 12 best fuck position, Ant will be the only person who will stay. So like we literally
really the only person that deserves to stay.
What you mean? Oh, you're saying based on play?
Yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. Austin Reeves was lighting it up until he got exposed in the fucking the biggest game. And I can't even say it's exposed because it's like who think of him as any type of defender. But it was like
say it's really just been the problem he's had the whole time, and they utilized the fuck out of it. Like they was like, oh what? Oh yeah, no, we're gonna eat this man alive. It does not matter every single time.
I think Steve Kerr was just having fun too.
I think so.
Definitely. Yeah, most definitely, bro.
An all guard lineup in crunch time. That man's a psychopath,
bro.
That's real. He was playing 2K. He was playing 2K for real.
Steve Kerr was over there drunk. He stopped in there. Oh man.
No, for real.
That ain't. Well, Tyrese, you almost look like Steph for a second, boy.
I mean, they said, "Oh, you want Steph minutes? I got you. Say less."
No, for real.
And it's definitely the it factor on the team. I mean, his comment proves it when he was like, Steve Kerr was like, Wade came off the bench. He was like, yeah, but you don't have a Kobe. He was absolutely right.
Yeah. I'm the Kobe on the team.
Play that shit again.
Yeah. And Kobe ain't here. Okay? So I ain't coming off the bench.
So speaking of that, Bron, Dame, and others are eyeing the 2024 Olympics, the A-Team, the Avengers.
The Avengers is crazy.
Do y'all have a problem with them declaring for 2024? Y'all think it's time for them to move out the way and let the youngsters go? Because, I mean, essentially, you still got people like Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum.
He can go.
Trae Young.
All of them can go.
Everybody gonna. I mean, look, every other country gonna send their best. The only reason we don't always send their best is because sometimes they be like, "No, I'm good."
Yep.
Exactly.
So Slovenia gonna send they 12 best. China gonna send their best, or I don't know how that works. Well, no, China's a country, so yeah, China gonna send their 12 best. Maybe everybody gonna send their 12 best. We just don't because our best is like way more privileged than got the option more. I ain't gonna say they just exercise the option to be like, no, I'm cool a little more. But yeah, if the old dudes really like, yeah, the top 3 or 4, 3 of the top 4 Americans is all old dudes. If they still the best of the best that we got to send, it is what it is. Bron, Steph, KD, go ahead.
Please go.
No, they need to go to FIBA. They need to
definitely.
The Summer Olympics. They need to go to FIBA if they want to make the statement that they think that Bron think he's making. The Summer Olympics is we always win that one. Go to FIBA because we just lost in FIBA. Y'all.
I don't care how they do it. Rock, paper, scissors. Two of the top 8 players need to be on the team. Like I don't care how they decide that's gonna happen. You ain't making it to the finals this year, so you know what I'm saying. You don't get the decision. Whatever. I don't care how they do it. They need to do it though. Like for real. This is out of line, bro. To keep sending the B teams over there for FIBA.
Well, here's part of the problem too. Part of the problem too is that as long as you win the Olympics or you medal in the Olympics, you automatically basically get to go to the next Olympics without having to qualify through FIBA. So if the Americans don't medal in the Olympics, like they did the one year in 06, essentially, I mean, in 06, it was like, okay, they still qualified though, even though they didn't medal. But I mean, like going forward, like if America doesn't win the Olympics or medal in the Olympics, it's not a guarantee they're going to qualify for the Olympics the following Olympics because they're going to have to qualify through FIBA. And yes, the rest of the world is kind of catching up. We understand that, but come on, bro. Our A-team will still smash any team out there.
That's why I don't believe they kind of catching up.
That's why I don't either.
I just think they play better basketball. They play more of a team orient. They already ahead of the curve when they playing. Even if we sent our A-team out there, those teams will still have better chemistry. Like for real. It's just talent that we have supreme talent that will figure it out. Like the best players they don't have as much to prove. Like LeBron and KD and Steph don't have much to prove. Their egos wouldn't be in the way in this turn, like in that situation where Anthony Edwards, you heard what he told Jaren Jackson Jr., boy, you the depot, jump. They like that right now. They got egos and they the mans on their team. So it's hard for them to like truly jail right away in 2-3 weeks. They're not gonna jail.
So the one thing, Steph never been on the team, has he? Like the Summer Olympic.
Yeah, I think Steph was on the last Summer Olympic team.
He only played 1 year.
No, that was I think because the top 2 dudes on the last team was KD and Dame.
Yeah.
So I know Steph wasn't there, and then he wasn't on the 2016 team. Yeah, Steph never been there, so he should.
Steph never played.
That's crazy.
So I think he had definitely just so he could go get his gold medal and had that, you know what I'm saying, on his resume for sure. He should to me at least.
Steph was on the FIBA team that won, I think, in like 2010 or something like that.
Yeah, he was on the
Okay,
FIBA
so he
team.
was young then. Yeah. Now I'm talking about the
Yeah.
summer team, like the big team, the dream team, legacy team. So yeah,
Yeah,
Steph.
no, he wasn't on that
Yeah,
team.
Yeah. And then I remember in 2016, because I'm pretty sure Coach K coached that team. And the only thing he was talking about in the practices and stuff was defense. It was just defense, defense, defense. He was just dribbling them in like defense. This what we doing. And then when anybody brought up offense, he was like, y'all will figure that out. Like y'all too
yeah.
talented. Y'all will figure that out. It's like it's too
Well,
much
because
talent on the team.
it's true, bro. Like at the end of the day, like Boo Up said, they play a different form of basketball. It's not a different form, but it's a different form. They're a lot more fundamental. They're a lot more team oriented. They got a shit ton of chemistry, and they know exactly what their guys are going to do before they do it. To point where the U.S. they got a whole bunch of young guys that ain't really played together unless you're talking about AAU. But then even then, AAU is really just superstar basketball. Give it to the superstar and get the fuck out the way type shit. And that's what everybody thinks that they are, instead of actually playing within the system and playing to win, right? Like playing as a team to win instead of playing to look good. So, like, I don't know. I just feel like, shoot, LeBron and them, they just like, okay, well, y'all think it's cool, like, that y'all beat our B team. Sure, that's cute, but, like, y'all not rocking with us, dog. Like, at the end of the day, like, I hope y'all know that. You feel me? Because it's like, y'all can have anybody that y'all want. Y'all can get the Jokic's and the Giannis's and all the stuff like that, but, bro, it does not matter. I promise you, once they get all of these guys together, and like you said, bro, like it comes to the point where like these guys are so accomplished that it's not even for like the accomplishment or for the accolade. It's literally just for the shit talking, bro. Like y'all can't fuck with us, G. I want y'all to know that. You feel me? Like no
Big
matter
facts.
what y'all do, y'all still can't fuck with us, bro. Like yeah, you won an NBA championship with your individual team, and we rock with you for that for sure. But just know, when we get all of our guys together and you go back to your respective country to play with your respective team, and we get all of our guys together, just know you're not fucking with us, bro, at all. And I think that's what they own right now.
Brian gonna be out there like Magic. Gonna be out there, damn. Steph, where you at?
I mean,
I like the format. I like that the FIBA team, that's kind of the junior team, ain't our best. Like that was the first thing I seen when I seen the team assembled. I was like, I like that. It's a young nigga thing. Like I like that. They get them more experience. You know what I'm saying? Outside of just the NBA and whatever they college and they AAU, they actually, because none of them probably really been overseas and did no whole bunch of hooping or nothing like that. Like I like that. The ones who really gonna transcend to something else is gonna really take something from that. Like I think Ant gonna really walk away and take something from being over, you know what I'm saying, from that whole experience.
Ant took the jump, man. And I think everybody's on notice now that Ant is taking that leap. He's the superstar. He's the only budding superstar coming out of the Brandon Ingram. You know, he's an all-star, but Anthony Edwards is going to be he's going to be a superstar.
Yeah. So yeah, I like that the FIBA teams is more the young dudes.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
I remember in 2010, that was one of the best young FIBA teams. And
hell
everybody that was on that team took a jump that next year. Derrick Rose won the MVP. A lot of players took a jump like right after that FIBA tournament. You know what I'm saying?
KD
was
launched
a great year.
Superstardom. Yeah,
he was already knocking on the door, like kind of like how
you said the 2010 one
already.
2010.
Oh, okay.
2010 one.
Who all was on that?
That was a great one.
Yeah, that's
So,
Kevin Love, Kevin Durant, Steph,
Derrick
Rose. I think Eric Gordon is on that team. They were all young, like they had just all came in between,
Odom,
like
Tyson Chandler.
Yeah,
I think Tyson won the depot.
Yeah, so for that time period, I like that team too. That's and they definitely all took jumps. Like Steph, D Rose, fucking Kevin Love. Yeah, they all became superstar, all NBA type dudes. So yeah, I like it. If they take the L, they take the L. You got to go. You know, that's gonna be part of
it. Great mixture. They had a great mixture of veterans too. Oh yeah, they had Russ. It was Russell Westbrook, Chauncey Billups, and D Rose as the point guard. Steph, Eric Gordon, Andre Iguodala, Rudy Gay.
Damn, Rudy Gay was on the team. Okay.
Yeah, Danny Granger. and Lamar
I
Odom.
forgot about Danny.
Yeah,
I forgot about Danny.
Lamar was pretty much stamped at that point. Chauncey was stamped. Yeah.
yeah. They had a nice mixture of veterans too. Like it wasn't. That's what this team was truly missing.
That's what I was just about to say. Like, let's talk about the missing veterans. Like, I mean, I guess Bobby Portis is your veteran. I don't know how this thing works.
Yeah,
like,
which is crazy to think like Bobby Portis being a veteran.
Is the OG.
If Bobby Portis didn't find the NBA, he would be in jail. All right.
He definitely would. He definitely would. He one of them little for sure.
That's absolutely
For real,
facts, dog.
Now this team could have definitely used a Draymond for sure.
Man, would have been crucial. Who else?
I mean, they could have used a Brook Lopez at least, just another big body veteran, because they were.
He probably played for. Did he play for Spain, or do he?
Oh,
yeah,
I don't know.
He might. I don't know how to like. I know dual citizenship and shit like that. They just I don't know. But yeah.
Right. Yeah, I can't. I don't know. Because you need a more vocal guy. Brook Lopez ain't really vocal.
Yeah. That's why like somebody like Draymond for sure.
Yeah.
Somebody like who else? Who else would have been good in this team?
As a veteran guard, hell, Chris Paul would have been good on this team.
For sure.
Guard, somebody that could have galvanized.
Well, I think if Chris Paul show up, they ain't losing. If Chris Paul show up, they ain't losing.
He definitely a coach on the floor though. Like
you got Jalen Brunson coming in as your backup. Yeah. They probably ain't losing if Chris Paul plays. Yeah.
Chris Paul would have served like kind of what J Kidd was on the 08 team.
Mm-hmm.
Like he just that OG that done seen it all kind of dude, and you can use that. Because again, I just think their problem was they lacked veteran leadership to a degree, and Steve Kerr. I don't think Steve Kerr should have been the coach. That's just me. I don't think that's the right coach for this situation. I think he got it just because he's Steve Kerr at this point in time.
That's true.
Yeah, Coach K he done. I think he don't want to coach no more.
Well, Greg wasn't Greg the coach at the last Olympics? Pop wasn't Pop the coach?
Was it Pop?
Team? Because
I think it was Pop.
Yeah, I think it was assistant though.
I thought it was.
Wait, so who was it? I feel like it was Pop. What am I tripping?
It was. No, I thought it was
Pop.
Coach K.
No, it was Pop last time. Yeah, it was Pop. Yeah.
Coach K last round was in 2016.
Because I remember saying how it was surprising that one of the criticisms of last year's team was the lack of ball movement, and Pop was the coach.
Mm-hmm.
But they end up being able to overcome all of that. So yeah, it was Pop. So yeah, that's kind of I like that too. That it's kind of the FIBA thing is I know that's different, but kind of like a passing of the torch. The Dream Team coach was it Pat Riley?
Chuck Daly.
Chuck Daly. Okay.
And to me, it should have been Pat Riley.
Yeah.
You would have thought. He might have turned it down, or who knows.
Yeah,
but Chuck Daly was definitely deserving. He wasn't out of the. Yeah, at the time, he was definitely deserving. Chuck Daly. Who was one of the other coaches? I know it was Van Gundy. That was a fucked up team, wasn't it? In 04.
Yeah,
or am I thinking of a different name? The messed up
was Van Gundy that coached. I think that was Van Gundy that coached the Greek when they lost to Manuna, right? I think that was Van Gundy.
Yeah, what's that lineage? Then the 08 and 12 teams, was that Coach K too?
Yeah,
that was Coach K.
So he had it from 08 to and then he
the
04 team too.
The 04 coach was Larry Brown. It was Larry Brown.
Larry Brown, yeah. Larry Brown.
Facts.
I think they just, and this is like a list I had put together the other day too when I was bored. I think they kind of got shafted because a few people ain't go, but the roster they put together was just all over the place.
Like, that 04 team was a bad roster.
Yeah, it was just all over the place. You had Dunk in there, you had AI there, Rookie Brown, Rookie Wade, Sean Marion, Amari Stoudemire,
Marbury.
Yeah, it's like it was just kind of all over.
KG was there too, wasn't he?
Nah,
And
KG was on the
04, he
2000
wasn't.
team.
Nah, he turned it down. He turned it down. Kobe turned it down. Shaq turned it down. And they
T-Mac turned it
definitely
down
would have been
too.
there. Well, yeah, that makes sense because they would have probably been the top 4 dudes who, well, no, Duncan would have been in there. But yeah, all of them would have definitely been there.
That would have been
I
a
think the
crazy
only
team
people,
they wouldn't have lost.
I think the only people when I like redid it, like how the real 04 roster would have looked, the people who stayed was like Duncan, AI. I think I might have kept Sean Marion just for the position thing. I got to look at the little list I made. But yeah, that's another one where it's like that. The 2000 roster was actually good, and that wasn't like the best thing we could have sent, but it was still like real good. That 04 one, Larry caught a rough little go with that one. That roster was kind of all scattered around.
So since we're on the topic of USA basketball, real quick, let me ask y'all a question. Dylan Brooks done dropped 39 on their head, bruh. How you think Bron felt watching that after everything that him and Dylan Brooks went through during the postseason? I mean,
I know exactly how he felt. I gotta jump in front of Rob. I know exactly how he felt. He ain't do that shit to me though.
I'd have went into one of my 27 bathrooms and took a shit. No fuck about Dylan Brooks.
He ain't do that shit to me though.
Oh man, I just knew Bron was sitting on the couch hot. Like, really? Y'all can't do nothing with this man. Dylan Brooks was cooking too, bro. He was cooking.
Oh, he had 6 threes?
Yeah, he was cooking. I said, oh man, they did not. I mean, me being a Rockets fan and Dylan Brooks going to be on the Rockets next year, cool. I hope that Dylan Brooks show up every freaking night. We all know that's not going to be the case. But for one night, Dylan Brooks was that guy.
That was his show now. He's basically saying, like, hey, check this out. I know I said I wanted a bigger offensive role, right? Well, watch me cook these niggas out here in this FIBA, man. Because like I said, give me a bigger offensive role or I'm going on strike. And my boy went out there and hit 6 of them Jones. Like, stop playing with me, okay? I told y'all I'm him.
So on the 04 team, cuz Carlos Boozer got to go. Emeka Okafor got to go.
Yeah, they go.
Lamar Odom got to go. Richard Jefferson got to go. That's for sure. They got to get up out of there ASAP. For Kobe and KG them, y'all got to go ASAP.
Absolutely.
Bro, you know how we talking about the B team? I mean, 04 might have really been a couple of 18 players and a bunch of C team players. Because in all honesty, LeBron Wade and Melo wasn't even really stars yet.
Yeah,
like they weren't even all stars yet.
But they was still 3 of the top 25 players probably then. Top 30 players for sure. LeBron definitely was a top 25 player. So like it wasn't the worst thing. You know, Carlos Boozer though being there, that was nasty. You know what I'm saying? D Wade was cool. I wasn't even mad at D Wade being there. He was a pup. They all was.
I wasn't mad with Melo, Bron, or Wade. I was more mad with Larry Brown not playing the younger guys. Horrible coaching.
The only other motherfucker that probably, you know, that's kind of like when you look at it, like why he was there. But if you understand the time, you know why he was there. Stephon Marbury. But it's 04.
Yeah. I can understand. When I did my list, he didn't make it, but I can understand why he was there because he was a legit all-star dude. He was he was kind of stamped at that point. So it was like
Somebody is on here watching this live right now talking about y'all talking about the nigga that ate petroleum out the bottle?
Not the petroleum. Oh my gosh.
Chinese legend Stephon Marbury.
Him and T-Mac big in China.
Absolutely.
Hella famous in China. He got a statue.
Chinese legend.
Marbury still up there. They treat that man like a god.
Of course.
They got he went over there and showed out.
He went over there and won eight straight titles.
I think it'll be real fun. One of these, well, I don't know, because they got all these rules and shit with them getting paid and stuff. But one of these Olympics coming up if they went old school and just sent our best college team or like our All-American team like they used to do just to see. But I think maybe the rules done changed and shit since then. I don't know. Because I guess maybe it's supposed to be your professionals or whatever. I don't know. But a few like people who hadn't like the rookies that had been on the team and shit, like when who was that? Christian Laettner was on the dream team. I don't think he actually played yet, but he was drafted, I think. So I don't know how the rules work, but it'll be interesting just to see for like for the people who say, oh, the best college team could probably beat the worst NBA team or whatever. Like, all right, this could be a little litmus test. Can y'all go overseas and beat anybody?
That'd be a big thing, right? That's what I want to see.
I think they'll get exposed. Like that,
Oh,
that'll get
absolutely
exposed. Because these are grown men that have no egos, and they truly some of the best players in the world too. Because that's what, like they might be like, you know what I'm saying? The top, some of them guys is top 500 players. It might not seem like a lot, but it's a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In the tournament of the world, like to be a top 500 player is a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, but the reality is some of these college players probably not even in the top 1,000 players in the world, and it's just the reality.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
A lot of their skill set don't translate to professional basketball. And that's just facts. Like they don't work on the certain shit that they need to work on in order to be successful in the NBA. They work on the stuff they need to work on to be successful on YouTube and Baller's Life and all that stuff like that. But as far as being successful in the NBA and being part of a team game and winning championships as a team, yeah, a lot of college dudes can't do that. And honestly, it's AAU's fault, to be honest.
Yeah, I hear that.
We already know the draft tells us enough. It's only a handful of these kids gonna make it in the league. It just tells you that, like, I don't care what you thought you was doing in college. Just ask Anthony Bennett. Don't matter. It's like it does not matter.
Like Charles Barkley said, every level you go to, you starting all the way over. Everybody used to be somebody.
Big facts.
When we stepped into college, we was all the man in our high school. That shit don't mean nothing no more. When you step in the league, you was the man in college. That shit don't mean nothing no more. Like you start all the way over. Yeah.
Sticking with our FIBA thing right now, Germany wins the gold medal. 5 NBA players on Germany. They were the fifth. They had the fifth most NBA players. Noah Lyles, pay attention. They had the fifth most NBA players on their team. I mean, you got to give them their flowers. They played great in the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and the finals. They just played great. I mean, I'm not gonna hate on the team that's gonna celebrate the way they celebrated, because this is something they truly Americans forget how prideful some of these guys come to play. This is like the same way they chase a NBA championship here is the same way these guys chase a championship for their country.
And it's
basketball.
And this what you do. You will like if I'm a basketball. If I'm Dennis Schroeder, like this is what you can say whatever about me, but I'm a basketball player. Like wherever Dennis Schroeder go to play basketball, he going for it. He might be in the league. He might be starting. He might not be starting in the Olympics. I'm going out there to win. I'm a competitor. Like this, I take this shit seriously. And like I don't even know about the celebration and stuff, but like, man, winning matters. People like it's a large population of society that just think like, oh, nothing matters. If I act like nothing matters, I'll look cool. Winning matters, man. Like when Patrick Beverly did after they won the play-in game and he jumped on the table and stuff, and everybody said, oh, he's doing too much. Act like you been. No, this means something to me. Winning matters. I won. I feel good about it. I feel great about it. I want to express that. So they should, go crazy. We won. We won the FIBA World Cup. We lifting the trophy. I'm happy. Winning matters.
Next.
You see how Ant looked when he was walked away? He looked like somebody fucking killed his dog. Because losing hurts. If you really care about something, losing hurts.
Like this, bro. if you think about it like this, bro, if winning didn't matter, nobody would fucking play, bro. Like, if
Facts.
winning didn't matter, nobody would be out here competing, dog. Like, we wouldn't be out here having this conversation if winning didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So it's just the fact that people are gonna sit up here, like you said, and try to act cool, like, oh well, you know, it don't matter. Nah, bro, that shit do matter. That shit do matter because not only can they sit there and not only can he say I'm a winner, but he can say I got bragging rights over all you niggas.
Yeah.
My team won.
Yeah.
That's
Especially y'all who was on the court.
What you said, Wap?
They take that shit personal, man. They take it personal. That's what I be seeing from a lot of these teams. They feel slighted, and this is the biggest stage. They will never get a chance to prove that they can compete with America unless they do it right now. And this is what they doing. They proving it. Like, we can compete.
A lot of people forget that basketball is more international, it's more worldwide, it's more popular around the world than football is. So when a lot of people forget, like, nigga, you forget people care about basketball everywhere, bro. People hoop everywhere. There's not a lot of great football players and a lot of great football talent to the point where it's going to be entertaining, right? But in these Euro leagues and these FIBA competitions, like, there's some talent, bro, that's not just in the U.S. and they give a fuck about basketball. Like, they want to prove this not only to themselves but to everybody else. Like, I can play with these niggas too. Feel me? Like, they ain't shit. You feel me? So, like, a lot of people forget that. Like, they just think that, oh, they just out there hooping for fun. Like, nah, bro. They really playing, bro. They really want their head, bro.
I think being in America, we're spoiled with basketball. But could you imagine the magnitude? This is what I'm like. If we go out there and we play against Germany in FIFA and we win, and then we win a championship in FIFA, America would lose their damn mind like these countries do when they win the FIBA World Cup. And
soccer?
A lot of American players forget that. Yeah. In soccer, it would be up. Like, it would be freaking crazy.
Yeah. That'll be one of the whoever we beat, it'll be one of the biggest sports upsets ever. Like, America won this shit. Are you crazy? They don't
like
win
the hockey team. Like, we won't even have the NHL team. The hockey team went out there and won, and everybody lost their minds because we couldn't believe we beat Russia. Like,
yeah.
And especially of the time and when that happened too, because we was at war with Russia. So it was like a big win. It was a big win. So, like, I think mostly I just think a lot of these cats are spoiled, these kids, especially the team we sent over. They are young players. Again, most of them are the men, you know what I'm saying, are the number one guys on their team. So they haven't truly adjusted to, like, that whole team chemistry. Especially, it's just hard to do anyway when you never play with these guys for real anyway. Like, just hard to do. They got I will give that to them. They have that over us, chemistry. They will always have that over us because it's just the way they shit set up.
That's facts.
Unless you don't play AAU with some of these cats, that's probably the only time you ever really play with them. And 9 times out of 10, both y'all games have evolved since y'all played AAU, so you're not the same players no more.
Who was the other 4 Germans in the league that was on that team?
You got
if you know
Kleber, with Dallas,
okay.
Daniel Theus, and then both Wagner brothers, friends.
Okay,
and his other brother's name,
Moritz.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
that's it.
That's what's up.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that college team, that'll look. Because of another thing is, like, especially like the younger bigs who coming in the league, one of the main things they always say is, oh, you got to put some weight on. So imagine a little rookie, whoever the best college big in the league, and you getting, like, bodied by Valanciunas.
Chet Holmgren getting smoked.
It's gonna be
for shit show.
No, for real. You gonna get done dirty. Like, it's different. Them grown ass men. They got grown ass men bodies. They've been living in these grown ass men bodies. No, for real.
Because it's true, bro. Like, those aren't kids over there, bro. Those aren't like babies and shit. I was looking at the roster for the USA team. They ain't got no one person over 30. You feel me? Like,
yeah, it's crazy.
Like,
that's not good.
You feel me? You gotta have at least one true vet, bro. Like,
this will sound nasty, boy. Pat Bev would have done them some justice.
Oh
He
hell
would
yeah.
have.
He would have done them.
At
He would have
least.
done them some justice.
Yeah.
He
At
would have for
least.
sure.
Like,
Yeah, he would have for sure.
like this was like they just didn't have that dog. Like that's the reality. They didn't have a dog, true dog on that team. Like not to say Ant not a dog.
An old dog.
Yeah, they needed an old dog.
Yeah,
They
They
need
needed
an
an
old
old
dog.
dog.
like they need an old dog who's seasoned and who's a true veteran who can tell them like, yo, I know that's what y'all think. Like, you feel me? We on our on nice little high horse, but this shit ain't gonna be like that, bro. You feel me? Like this shit is gonna get difficult. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't ready for that, bro, like I'm trying to tell you, it's not gonna be sweet up here. Okay? Like, and to speak on that point, right? Like, a lot of people don't even realize the fact, bro. Like how big basketball is, bro. Just how dominant the U.S. is in basketball. Just this past World Cup tournament, bro, the U.S. freaking was like the second, third, or some shit like that in the tournament, or they were like coming up, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, the U.S. They might upset this person, they might upset these people." But it's like, nah, like, come on, bro. We really know, like, at the end of the day, in these Europe leagues and these Euro leagues, like soccer is number one. They gonna rule it, but just the simple fact that the U.S. even came close, everybody was losing their damn mind. You feel me? So just imagine if that was to really happen in the real sports world, and like, oh my God, bro, what the U.S. just did what? You feel me? So like, and just take this past the past World Championship, FIBA World Championships. Didn't nobody expect the USA to beat Jamaica in both relays?
Facts.
That's facts, bro. Ask anybody. They did not expect Jamaica. They did not expect the USA to beat Jamaica, the men's team or the women's team.
Give you
And
your
the women's
credit
team
on that,
was,
Noah Lyles. We'll give you your
Yeah.
credit.
Nobody was looking at y'all like that, bro. Everybody was looking at Jamaicans. Everybody was looking at all these other people, bro. So the fact that, like that happened, like, yeah, I get it. It's definitely something to celebrate. But let's not, you feel me? Let's relax. Let's pump the brakes a little bit, bro. Because at the end of the day, we know, like, as far as basketball goes, football goes, like all these dominant sports, and even then, bro, right? Take baseball, right? The baseball championships where Japan beat the USA.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing, right? We got all these international players from that play baseball, Dominican Republic, Japanese, Chinese, all the whatever the case may be. You feel me? But we got Aaron Judge, we got Mike Trout, we got Bryce Harper, we got all these guys, right? These sluggers, these bombers. Shohei Ohtani came out there and K'd all them. Don't matter. And Trout for the win. And everybody lost it. Oh my God! Japan beat the United States in the baseball championship. Japan beat the United States in the baseball championship. It's because that shit is unheard of. If you go up and look at the United States, the World Cup, it's not even a competition, dog. It's really not even a competition, bro. So like when these teams win, it's a big win because they're not used to it.
I wouldn't be shocked though if other like basketball is the one sport I don't think we should ever lose in. Honestly, like it's our homegrown sport. It's our sport. We should not lose in this sport, and not to say that the other teams can't be competitive against us because again, even in 2008, I watched that Spain team be very competitive against us.
Mm-hmm.
Like we had our best players out there. Kobe's, the LeBrons, the D-Ways, the Melos. We had them boys out there. But Spain had a bunch of players that was either in the NBA currently, the Gasol brothers, Rudy Fernandez.
Yeah, man. Spain was balling.
Yeah, they had a bunch of good players. You know what I'm saying? And Ricky Rubio. Like, Rubio was on Argentina?
No. I'm talking about Lou.
No.
I'm talking about Lou.
Yeah. But that's another cat. Like Ricky Rubio been playing basketball since about like 11 fucking years old. Or some shit.
Bro,
like professional basketball.
Quick fact check: Ricky Rubio is the first player drafted from the year 1990. So he's been in the league a long time now.
Like dude, been like that, like for real. So like when you think about them over teams again, like overseas teams, like they just at the end of the day got that chemistry. They started years ago. And they got years of chemistry, like just on these players. Like at the end of the day, and
a lot
they
of them
just
start 16.
Yeah, and
overseas, it's crazy.
Because you have people do this weird shit with Luka. Like to me, like it's not his fault that he had the luxury of playing against grown men. Like people be like, well, that's why he better than Trae Young because he played against grown men. Why he just can't be better than Trae Young though? Like, God
right?
damn.
I mean, so did Melo. Melo played against grown ass men too when he was a teenager.
Like
We don't sit there and say the same thing about him. Luka's just better.
Yeah, like what are we doing here? Like that to me don't have no real merit like in this conversation. Like is it a plus to a degree? Only thing I think it helped a guy like Luka with, like he's just to me used to more physical play, if that means anything. Like I guess like that's about it. Like they play a little bit tougher, a little bit more rugged over there. Like that's about it. Which that's why he say the shit he be saying, like, oh, it's much easier to score the ball in the NBA. He say that for a reason because he know like you just couldn't waltz into the paint like you can. Like it's just the reality, man.
I mean,
they tougher over there. That's what I will say.
There's been a lot of evidence recently now. I mean, like just with you see Giannis putting up these crazy numbers of 30 plus and things like that. But when they go to EuroLeague Championship and they play, Giannis only scoring 16, 17 points per game. That's evidence enough right there. Luka go over there. Luka scoring 15, 16 points per game. He's not scoring 30 points or 27 points a game like he does in the NBA. It's definitely easier to score in the NBA. Absolutely easier. There's enough video evidence to show that. So that point can't even be argued at this point.
And not to mention, bro, like coaches don't allow that in those leagues, bro. Like they don't care about how good you are. They don't care about if you can shoot the three like Steph Curry, bro. They do not care. You're going to play team basketball. You feel me? You're going to rebound. You're going to play defense. You're going to set screens. You're going to switch. You're going to do all that, bro. If you're not playing team basketball, guess what? You can't be here. You feel me? Or you're just not going to play a lot. You know, so like that's not what they coach. That's not what they do. They don't coach individualism. They don't coach none of that. Like my boy Mike, he went to Sac State. He plays in Germany right now, and he says, "Yeah, bro. Like they don't coach that shit, bro. Like they don't teach that. You feel me? They don't care if you can." And my boy Mike is nice. You feel me? Like can shoot, drive. You feel me? A pure like slasher 2K type player. You feel me? But coach don't care about that, bro. If you got an open player on the wing and he's wide open and that's a better shot, you better kick it, or he gonna hey. Yep, you right here. Come on.
Straight like that.
Just like that,
straight like that.
You feel me? So it's like a lot of people forget that like it's more team oriented over there, but it's for a reason. It's because that is what wins games. Team defense, team offense, rebounding, switching, all of that stuff plays into it, bro. And they don't care if you can score 50 points a night. Nah, you're gonna take this quick little 15 though.
Yep.
And what you're gonna take this 15 and 7. You feel me? You better have 10 boards. Like that's how that's going.
I feel that. That's good. That's all good points. Mo, you got that in the post slide ready?
I got you.
There we go. All right, normally we say, hey, put the camera on me, but I don't care. I don't care about the individual camera. Here's what I got to say today on this In the Post, right? I really have to ask y'all on here, Team USA, where the hell is y'all defensive pride? I watch these teams barrel in and score at will most of the times. You couldn't stop nobody. You couldn't keep up with scoring. If you could stop somebody, you would have had a better chance of winning. Where's the pride in defense? The NBA is watered down. There's no defense being played. It's highly annoying, and we can't compete with the rest of the world right now unless we send our best guys. I understand that these countries send their best players, but our essential B team, as you would call it, should be defensively sound enough to be able to play just man-to-man basketball and D these guys up, because none of these guys are talented like they see on a day-to-day basis, especially if you're a star player. You're guarding other stars, and it's highly annoying. You couldn't get in the post because you were being bullied. You're looking for calls like it was in the NBA. You just have no pride about your basketball game, and it's highly annoying. So when the Olympics come around, the only person I want to see from this roster on that team is Anthony Edwards. The rest of y'all just got to go.
Hey, man, that was absolutely beautiful. And I completely agree 100%. I've been saying for the longest time that defense has been a lost art in the league. And a lot of people don't take the time to respect the players like a Patrick Beverly or, you know, the guys that were, because a lot of people disrespect Pat Bev like he wasn't that dude in high school, if you be in college, and like really had an offensive game, right? The Patrick Beverly, Draymond Greens, these guys who come into the league and their coaches ask them to, you know what, like we know you can do this, but we think you can do this better though. So we're gonna have you focus more on this because that's what's gonna help us win. I think a lot of people forget that like defense is a lost art. They just think like, oh well, he's just a defender, and nah, bro. Being just a defender is not just anything, bro. Like there are times where people would literally try to go away from defenders like a Tony Allen or Gary Payton or shit, even the Dennis Rodman because of how they changed the game in that aspect. Just pure defense, bro. Like people literally tried to triple and double team Dennis Rodman for rebounds.
Yeah,
rebounding.
But I think a lot of guys, like you said, like they might start off as offensive because obviously, like to make it to the NBA at one point in time, you was a offensive type of player. You did a lot of different things offensively for your team because you probably clearly was the best player on your team going into high school, college, and all those things. But I think guys like a Pat Bev seen that, man, he was aware of what's going on. I'm not that good offensively. But you know what? I'm a competitor though. Like I'm a dog defensively. I think it was more so him than coaches telling him like it's life. You have to find your niche in life.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Hey, we
hey,
gotta
move
guess.
the Cousins back in.
Got you. Hold on, give me 1 second.
It's like, you know, it's more so to me is self-motivation. Like again, Tony Allen was one of them dudes in college. Like he was a bucket in college. But when he got to the league, he found his niche. You know what I'm saying? I don't think coaches are necessarily even preaching defense like that no more because it's such an offensive league. You got a couple of guys that preach defense for the most part, but it's still a lost art within the players more so than it is coaching and anything. Like guys would rather score on you than to try to stop you. Like that's their payback. I'm gonna get a bucket on you.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a bucket. I'm gonna get a bucket. And like I just feel like it comes with a different type of mentality, bro. Like, you know, back in the day where we was growing up, like people love defense, bro. Like to get that big block shot, to have that ISO and somebody call ISO on you, and you ripping for his cookies and go fast break. You know what I'm saying? Like that type shit, bro. Like that shit used to be exciting, bro. And it's like now it's like people don't really take pride in that aspect of the game. You know, like fast break points and transition points are definitely a big part of the game, but it's like a lot of people don't take pride in having defensive stops and full court or half court presses to the point where it's like, nigga, you ain't crossing half court, G. Feel me? Like
facts.
This trap is gonna be crazy, and you're not crossing half court, bro. We gonna trap you in this corner, dead, ball, dead. And you gonna throw a stupid pass. Next thing you know, my dude got it at the big circle in the middle, and he fast breaking nobody there. You know what I'm saying? Like that is like that just that type of defensive energy, that type of defensive understanding, bro. Like it's crazy, bro. A lot of people don't have that now.
Yeah, it's highly annoying that people the game has evolved so much that it seems like defense is definitely a lost art. But I think that's also attributed to people not staying in college more than a year for the most part. And people might think different, but I mean, literally, when you got to college in the NCAA, that's when you learned to play defense because that's when you had to really play whenever it was one and done games in the tournament. Your defense is what pulled you through them games. You had to, when you needed critical stops, you had to get them critical stops. Like I've seen people come out from high school that can barely play defense, go to college, and they end up with Coach K back in the early 2000s. Or they end up with, I've seen Melo play defense in college at Syracuse. Melo know how to play defense. He just don't play it no more. You know what I'm saying? I see Melo play defense in the Olympics and lock the other players down. I used to see when Darren Williams, Melo, Westbrook, they were all in the game together. That second unit came in the game together and shut teams down in the Olympics. It's just like I don't understand. That was our bread and butter right there. Like other teams could score, but they couldn't score on us. Now it's to the point where America doesn't play defense. Them other teams, they have players that are walking buckets too, and you can't do nothing to stop them because you think you're just gonna come down the court and score them again when they're the better defensive team. So I don't understand. Cousins, what you got? Up. So, I mean, it is what it is, you know. America's game is definitely slipping on the defensive wise. It's highly annoying. So let's
it's defense, it's defense, and it's definitely just like egos. I would keep saying it's egos, like because you're trying to prove something. You want to be the man, so you know what I'm saying. Like a lot of guys, like Ant Edwards, probably felt like I'm that dude on this team. This is my team. Probably felt like that, and understandably so.
Sure he did.
I mean, I just think with a team full of like to me, since the '92 team, like you ain't really had no one alpha male like that was just clearly better than everybody else, like it was in '92 with Jordan. Like
I don't know,
even
man.
like Jordan statistically, like I know what you mean. Man. Like I just think you say 08 was what?
08 with Kobe.
Yeah, but Kobe was more so like even he was just more the OG and respected OG. Probably most people on the team did feel he was the best player in the world. But like just being truthful, like LeBron was right there. LeBron was right there. Like he truly was. And I don't think nobody in '92 was like right there with Jordan. Like nobody. Like everybody was very good, but I don't think nobody was right there on like viewed as he arguably better than Jordan. Like nobody.
Yeah,
like person, Magic and Bird was like already OGs pretty much.
The closest person in was Barkley.
Yeah, and then nobody else was stamped. Like at least with the 08 team, Kobe was the best for sure. But like Bron was already right there. D Wade had already did what he had did in the finals, so he had a stamp on him. Like so they was closer to kind of sort of looking Kobe in the eye versus the original Dream Teams like Magic and Bird. Y'all basically out of here already. Everybody else, like none of y'all, you know what I'm saying? None of y'all. Like I'm a level above all of y'all, clearly. And y'all know that.
Big facts.
Yeah, they did know that, and that's the reason why they needed him at the end of the day. As much as they try to put it off and try to say, "Oh well, no, he's this and he's that," and y'all need that nigga, bro. Stop playing.
So let's get to
And I don't think we'll ever had it again though.
Hell no, never.
No, absolutely not.
Never. I mean, including the big man. The big man was so dominant. You know what I'm saying? Like that team was just. That Dream Team was just crazy, just from the post on out. Like now, Americans
at the time you could kind of argue because like Magic and Bird was old, but if you just say,
yeah, Cousins out. Okay,
am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Oh, yeah, I was saying like a roster assembled, everybody at their peak. Yeah, the bigs is like the separator. Like even if you did like what the fictional 12 would be, like 2016 wasn't exactly our best team. We could have sent some shit, but the big area would have been where we kind of get lost at, you know, because D-Rob, Ewan.
2012 was a nice.
2012 was a good team too. I think the most slept on team that we had in USA history is the 96 because 96 Hakeem got a citizenship and we sent Hakeem, Shaq, and was it David Robinson? Hakeem, Shaq, and David Robinson as the
that was
players.
filthy.
That team is slept on.
Yeah. Charles Barkley was on that team. I think Penny was on that team.
Penny was on that. That's a good team, man.
Yeah, that was a good team. It really was. That 2012 team, though, I think we had the bigs again will be the only, you know what I'm saying, questionable thing that we had. But as far as guard play, oh man, we was smoking shit. You got KD, LeBron, Russ, Darren Williams, Kobe, James Harden, Chris Paul, like that.
Yeah, that team was on shit.
Severely nasty.
I mean, even the 08 team still had Chris Bosh and Dwight Howard in the post, and they were clearly still the best two post players in the Olympic tournament. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, probably. Don't sleep on my boy Luis Scola. Scola was a bad motherfucker.
Scola was a bad boy. Hey, Scola's a bad.
I'm a
Rockets fan, bro. You know I know. I'm a Rockets. Scola was bad. That was that year the Rockets won 22 in a row.
Yeah, that's why Kobe was on his line like that. He had to get that man out the game. It was a head game at that point in time. It was literally a mind game, and Kobe literally fucked his ass
we
up.
can't sleep on
Facts.
Powell either, because Powell and Mark did play in 08, and Kobe ran
That's
straight
true.
through Powell's shit.
Yeah, like, and that's the thing. That's the thing that was different, bro. Like just having somebody who, like Wuop said, is a dog, bro. And like we're not gonna sit here and say that Ant Edwards isn't a dog, bro. But just somebody with that different kind of mentality, bro. To like, nigga, fuck my friends, fuck my teammates, bro. Fuck all these motherfuckers. I'm gonna sit here and talk shit to these motherfuckers in their native language type shit. You feel me? Like that type shit, bro. You don't see that shit again. You're not seeing that shit right now, bro. I don't think you're ever gonna see it again, bro. Cause like that shit is different. That's a nigga who want to win and don't give a fuck about nobody else.
Well, I mean, if you watch the Redeem,
That's my favorite Kobe moment ever.
you watch the Redeem
When he went crazy.
documentary. You watch the Redeem documentary. Everybody thought he made a joke when he said he was gonna run through Pau Gasol, and he went out there and did it.
Yeah, nah. LeBron sitting up there telling mans to chill out because he's sitting up there turned up, talking shit, going crazy. It's like, nah, you didn't. That's the Black Mamba. That bro is coiled up and he's ready to strike anybody that comes near him, and he's doing it, bro. Like, get out the man way. It's not a game right now, and he made that shit known.
But I ain't gonna lie, like LeBron, like as much as I ain't gonna say as much, but I'm not as in love with quote unquote the making the right decision, like how he played, whatever, right? Like I'm not in love with it, but I get it. But I watched the clip. I don't know if everybody's seen it, but I watched that clip. LeBron was holding motherfuckers accountable. He got on Kobe.
Oh, no, that's facts. That's big facts.
Like, hey,
that's
lane
big
open.
facts. I watched the whole thing twice.
Dry that bitch. Dry that bitch. Like Brian.
Yeah, and
Brian say what
I think
you want.
that's
Like he adamant about playing the right way. He adamant about.
Yeah, and I think that's the difference, bro. Like that's the difference because we all know LeBron is like essentially a coach on the floor. You feel me? So when he sees a hole, when he sees a type of defense, when he sees a type of look that they're gonna give, of course he's gonna be like, man, attack that shit, bro. Like what the fuck? That nigga can't hold you. That nigga can't guard you. So I've always noticed this about LeBron. He's going to have fun, but at the same time, he's going to make sure you own your shit at the same time. You feel me? Like, he going to talk his shit. Oh, take him. He ain't got that. Take him left. He ain't got that left. You feel me? He ain't got that left hand. Oh, his footwork is trash. Take him. You feel me? Like, he's going to coach you up, but at the same time, he's talking his shit. Like, bro, weak, bro. Like, I don't know what you're doing right now, but you can't go left, G. What you doing? You feel me? We finna get on these niggas right now, bro. But I need you to really play how you want to play. You feel me? And that's one thing I've always respected about Brian. Like he gonna talk his shit, but at the same time, he gonna coach you the fuck up for sure.
When we put in the work the right way, then we can have fun. It can be
I don't
fun.
think Kobe acknowledged him though.
Well, you know, he was still, he probably was like, all right, whatever. He's still trying to, but you know, Kobe gonna code.
Kobe gonna do Kobe things, especially in 08.
Especially in 08.
Kobe
like,
especially
at that
in
point in
08.
time, Kobe was like
I
number
know
one.
this nigga not talking to me, man.
Yeah, like Kobe was like enemy number one at that point in time, bro. Nobody really liked him. He had a narrative talking about, oh, he's a ball hog, he's this. Like he came on his shit.
Hey, that's facts though, Moo. That's definite facts. Kobe was gonna do Kobe things, man. That's the Black Mamba.
Because he wasn't there to make friends, bro. Like a lot of people already said it. He wasn't there to be friends. He wasn't there to be pals. And oh yeah, let's go out there and win together, guys. Like nah, he came out there to win. Like that's the only reason why I'm here. I really don't care about none of you niggas like that. I came out here to win.
They came and recruited me because y'all niggas couldn't get it done last time. Coach K went up to that man room. He was like, hey,
literally
we need you.
Like, hey, come on.
Hell yeah. So I want to get to before we get up out here, I want to get to these comments and hear what y'all thoughts is on it. Of course, y'all have all heard Steve Kerr, his comments about this isn't 1992, basically saying the world has gotten better. We just can't throw out any bunch of people out there and expect to win this gold medal every time. It's hard. It's really hard to win.
Duh. No shit, Sherlock. That's the thing. When he said that, I was like, of course it's just in 1992. Because in 1992, you literally had every single one of the best players in not only the world, but in the goddamn league on one team. That's the reason I call it the Dream Team.
Yep.
Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what not one team or just anybody that's gonna beat a team with Magic, Bird, and Jordan just by itself, right? And then you add all these other extra freaking ballers, and come on, bro. Of course, you can't sit up there and say that. I mean, then roll out the B.5 team in the FIBA and like, oh, this is in 1992. Okay, but if you rolled out LeBron and KD and Steph and all these guys like that, then ain't nobody saying that. You're not saying that. Like, come on, bro. Let's be real about this shit.
He kind of showed that it was like the thing he said about Triple J about he jumps too much, it makes him get in foul trouble, yada yada yada. And I get that. That can be a legit criticism, but it's like you're not about to change this man completely. You know what I'm saying? In this short period of time you just have to acknowledge what he's good at and then apply that, you know what I'm saying, to the game plan, to the roster. Like, yeah, he jumps a lot, he fouls. He's also like a prolific shot blocker. He blows up hella defensive plays and stuff. Like, you should be able to implement that in a positive way in the game plan and find a way for him to, that's your job as a coach. You find a way for everybody to be the best version of themselves and get maximized. So it seemed like he was more annoyed by it than it seemed like he was more annoyed by like something like that he wasn't closer to being a Draymond type defender than what he actually is. Like, yeah, no, he's not Draymond. He don't defend like Draymond at all, but he can be as impactful. You just gotta find the right use for him and find where that works. You know what I'm saying, for the game plan. It can't just be, oh man, he doesn't do this thing. Walker Kessler showed himself to be like a really good paint protector, rebounder, paint protector all through his rookie season. Just didn't play him. You definitely needed some size at various points. You know what I'm saying? You gotta. So yeah, Kerr gotta hold that.
I mean, like, we know this ain't. Oh, Wap, I didn't even see you was back.
I didn't even know I was back my damn self.
Yeah, we talking about Steve Kerr comments, talking about it's not 1992.
Oh, it's definitely not 1992, but it's not the Golden State Warriors either, Steve Kerr. What the fuck is you doing? Like you can't run that roster you was trying to run, bro. Like at the end of the day, you cannot do that. Like you gotta be more realistic, bro. Ain't no Stephen Curry on the fucking team. It's just not nobody on the team that's Stephen Curry. Nobody remotely playing like him, doing anything similar to him. You cannot run this. The only way you get away with this is having a Stephen Curry. That's the only way. That's it.
And see, when I sat there and said, because some dude was trying to come at me on Facebook for saying that the reason why FIBA, the US team was having so many struggles is because Steve Kerr, right? A lot of people want to, this person's not playing well, this person's not playing well. It's like, bro, I get that. I'm not saying that they're not playing well, but what I'm saying is Steve Kerr has always had a problem with fucking lineups, bro. I'm a Warrior fan. Trust me, I know this shit. He's always had a problem with fucking lineups, dog. He doesn't know he always experiments with lineups, especially at the wrong fucking time. So, like, yeah, B.I. being frustrated that he's not playing when he feels like he can contribute more. Of course. Nigga's 6'9", 6'10", bro. Like, if you want to sit up there and talk about rebounds, then of course, put his ass in the paint and tell him to get some more fucking rebounds. That's where his second chance points is going to come out. That's where he's going to contribute. But, like I said, Steve Kerr is known for doing this.
I think like I said, the egos thing, Steve Kerr being in Golden State, I don't think he ever had to manage egos. And people might think otherwise, but when you think about it, Klay Thompson has always been cool with being called the second best player on the team. He's not as good as Steph. Draymond knows he's not the scorer that either Steph or Klay is, so he's okay with playing the role that he's playing. These guys that you have now, they all have egos. They all are kind of the guys on the team for better or worse for the most part. I mean, other than Bobby Portis and Walker Kessler, Austin Reeves, I mean, these guys are roster franchise players on their team, so they all have an ego, and that's why Greg succeeded in 2020, even though they started off rocky, because Greg will put your ego in check. He's so respected. Steve Kerr has never had to deal with the ego part of being a coach yet, because he came into a situation where Mark left it as Steph is our clear-cut number one, Klay is our clear-cut number two, Draymond is our clear-cut number three. And then when KD came, it was like, okay, bro, Klay Thompson knows he's not better than KD, and he's fine with that. Draymond knows he's not better than KD. He's fine with that. Steph and KD are on equal levels. You still don't have to deal with an ego problem. So this was a test for Steve Kerr. If he's supposed to be Team USA going forward, he got to go through some adversity as a coach to manage egos, else it's not going to work.
That's true. That's a big part of it. Honestly, that's a really big part of it.
He ain't gonna never deal with that shit. He gonna retire. I'm retired when Steph retire. Like, what's going on?
His name is Wardell.
Because low key, I thought
there you go with your nonsense.
I thought Pop was gonna do that with Duncan. I'm gone. Fuck else is to do.
I mean, I remember when Duncan, Pop, and Ginobili had they sit down that one year and with Tony Parker, and Tony Parker was like, one day I'm gonna have to play in the NBA and all three of y'all will be retired. Fact of the matter is Tony Parker came and gone and Pop ass still there.
That's the crazy shit right there. Now, that's crazy.
Yeah. Like that example you brought up with Brandon Ingram is like perfect. Like off rip, you got to know, hey, this is a 12-man roster. This is not you and 11 other dudes. It's a 12-man roster. A few of y'all gonna end up being, not just a few, a decent amount of y'all is gonna end up kind of being utility guys. Like a Brandon Ingram, you gonna be playing some backup 4, possibly some backup 5. You're gonna have to go bang in there, grab boards, get putbacks, and that's gonna be it. You know what I'm saying? For Bobby Portis, yeah, that's what he done made a living doing that. Walker Kessler, he's still finding his way, but the Brandon Ingrams of the world, the Paulos of the world, Mikal Bridges is just now kind of emerging as his own type of, but like, yeah, some of y'all just gonna have to go out there and you ain't gonna get no touches. Defensively, I just need you to go out there and die the whole game, go kill yourself. Or you just gonna have to go out there and crash boards nonstop. Or you gonna be standing in the corner. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it's gonna be. It ain't gonna be you with the ball doing a pick and roll 14 times in this game. This ain't that. Yeah, this ain't that. You're gonna have to understand that off rip so we can win. Because all y'all thinking, oh man, who gonna take the shot? That's not gonna be a recipe for success out here. On your own team, sure, go do that. But here, it's not gonna work because they not playing like this.
Go ahead, Boo-Wop.
I was just gonna say, ain't no ISO shit. Ain't none of that shit. You gonna get about 5-6 shots. If you hot, you might get more.
And defensively, you're gonna be working nonstop. Because you know how the Warriors play, where they just run around all the way and everybody's moving nonstop. Everybody plays. There's gonna be a whole tournament of nothing but Spurs, Warriors, triangle type shit. Don't expect nobody doing no 12 pick and rolls in a row or nothing. You're gonna be chasing somebody. You're gonna be fighting over screens nonstop. You ain't gonna know where the ball is. You ain't gonna know where it's about to be. Nonstop. Everybody play like that. So if you don't got no defensive energy, you know where you're gonna be. Over here with me.
Over here. Got a spot right here for you.
Right there. Come on.
That's just the truth, man. You gotta play defense, man. Like, that's just the reality. Like, and because like you said, it's nonstop. Them players, they playing through a system, through an offense that, you know what I'm saying? They ain't no, oh, let's watch this guy on the island. Ain't gonna be none of that shit.
That's another thing that's another thing about the NBA now. Is you don't see a lot of sets in the NBA no more. I mean, Golden State might be one of the only teams that run a lot of sets, but at a certain point, if it ain't working, they like, all right, Steph, go ahead and cook. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of hero ball.
It's like 4 teams that run sets in the NBA.
Yeah, it's a lot of hero ball in the NBA now. And look, I tell people all the time whenever I used to help coach my friends' basketball AAU team, stuff like, look, bro, even Michael Jordan had to play within the triangle, dog. And we're talking about the best player to ever touch the basketball, arguably the best player, because, you know, some people feel the same way about LeBron or whatever. But even Michael Jordan had to play through the triangle. He had to, because when he wasn't playing through the triangle, he wasn't winning. He wasn't winning championships. I'm not gonna say he was winning games, but he wasn't winning championships. But I mean,
and you ain't about to tell me you Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
You ain't about to tell me you better than Michael Jordan.
Say that shit again.
So if he can do it, nigga, your ass better get out there and find your spot.
Your ass better fall in line, motherfucker.
Not even only that. Another thing I tell these kids is like, look, even Michael, do y'all know who the leader in points was on the Dream Team, it wasn't Jordan. It was Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
And Barkley scored 16 a game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, it's I don't know. I don't know if Steve Kerr is the right guy going forward. I mean, obviously, when the Avengers come for the Olympics, you know, he'll have the best players in the NBA, and he'll have Steph. We'll see how he manages those egos, because I know LeBron ain't playing in a system. LeBron don't like playing off the ball, so it's gonna be interesting to see that at least.
He gonna be the point guard though. That's not gonna be a
No,
problem.
yeah, he definitely is.
He gonna have to.
Yeah. He gonna love that. He gonna love that.
He don't have no problem with that. And again, like LeBron, I don't think that he can't play in the system. His game is just so point guard kind of based that it looks.
Yeah.
It's the system. He is the system. So like you have to. It's like I can't see a scenario like I don't want LeBron. That's why I never was in love with the Russ trade, because that just takes the ball out of LeBron's hands.
That's
Who's
exactly
a better
what I
decision
said.
maker than Russ? Like
That's what I said.
just the reality.
That's just facts.
Lakers fans are so hyped for the Russ trade, and I'm like, it's just gonna turn into one big ass disaster, bro. I'm trying to tell you. I tried to warn
Everybody
him.
wasn't gonna work.
I was one of them dummies who believed.
I ain't gonna lie
Thought it could
though.
work.
I didn't think I thought honestly like Russ was a security blanket for them just in case LeBron needed some time off, AD needed some time off. I never thought Russ and LeBron could truly like coexist together on the court a lot. Like I thought Russ was gonna have to run the second unit a lot to be something there, like he ultimately was doing last year, coming off the bench, giving them that energy they kind of needed. But I never thought in a perfect world that him and LeBron would be good together. Like it's just Russ needs the ball, and then we all know that. And to give Russ the ball, like even on some equal splits, as great as Russ is, one of my favorite players of all time, it just don't make sense. It don't make sense for him to share the ball with LeBron. It don't. And he don't compliment LeBron, so it's like
At all.
That right there is why I thought it wasn't going to work, because I was like, essentially, you're putting pairing Russ with LeBron, and down to everything, basically what we know about them, they both play the same type of system where, like, if you got Russ on your team, you're going to surround him with a bunch of shooters, because you're going to need a bunch of shooters to offset what Russ does. If LeBron plays on your team, you're going to put a bunch of shooters around him to offset what LeBron does with the ball in his hand as well. I mean, obviously LeBron is better and a better decision maker, but I mean, they have the same style of play. So it's kind of like I never expected it to work, because Russ ain't about to spread the floor.
Yeah, it was redundant. I think they was kind of thinking like if we made it work with Rondo. Now, granted, Rondo had developed his jumper a little more, but if we made it work with Rondo, you know what I'm saying, and Russ is pretty much at this point just better. Like we could definitely make it work with Russ. Like Rondo hit a few jumpers, but he wasn't like it just didn't. Yeah.
That was the wrong way to think about it, because Rondo's IQ was through the roof, and we know this from his Celtic days.
Right. Yeah, but no, I also like his jumper, like, you know what I'm saying? To me, that was the thing. Like, yeah, he's smarter than Russ for sure. But the thing, like, he had got his jump, at least like during the run, you know what I'm saying, through the bubble. Yeah, he had got enough to where like, oh, okay, if you're gonna stag, I'm a like, if you're gonna live with me, then I'm gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? Shooting it to where Russ, it just never, his jumper just never really got to that point. And like, he wasn't shooting well. And then it was also like Brown jumper always streaky. And then AD lost his around that same time. So it's like, goddamn, if we don't got fucking two other Clays on the court, this gonna be like rough as shit. And we all can be non-shooters. You know what I'm saying? One of us got to be on something.
And the thing with Rondo and a player like Russ, I think the truth is expectations. I think the expectations was much different for Rondo than it was for Russ. They wasn't asking Rondo to be what Russ, what they was essentially asking Russ to be. Because people won't admit it, but people still thought Russ was gonna be like a 20-point scorer, I think, or some shit like that. Like those expectations was not for Rondo. Everybody just wanted Rondo to be serviceable. They didn't want Russ. They wanted Russ to be all-star, triple-double Russ. That's what we want, buddy. We don't want nothing less. And you guess what, Russ? You don't got no excuses either. You're playing with fucking LeBron and AD. You don't got no excuses. So get it done. And I think that's a lot to ask for anybody. Like, that was a lot of pressure Russ was playing under. That's why I'm happy for him to be in the Clippers, because the pressure is still the same town. They different, same building. Pressure just immensely different. It's just immensely different. It's way different.
Honestly, shit.
I tell you what though, if Russ would have won a championship with the Lakers would have loved him. But if he won a championship with the Clippers, him, Kawhi, and Paul George will be immortalized, bro. For the Clippers, they'll be immortalized. They will be gods for Clippers fans. It'll be bigger.
Kawhi be put in a different category depending on how it look. Like if he go out there win the Finals MVP, he would be what the like that's to be the only player to ever bring two franchises their first titles. I think.
Oh shit, he would. Yeah.
He would be immortalized, like truly. Motherfuckers will be trying to put Kawhi in the top 10. I promise you.
And he'll be the only player to have 3 Finals MVPs with 3 different teams. That would be freaking insane.
No, LeBron got
LeBron.
Oh yeah, LeBron. He right there with LeBron. LeBron passed him up when he went with the Lakers.
Yep.
Yeah, I forgot.
LeBron got that.
And that was Russ wasn't anticipating like how vicious Laker fans is either. Like,
that's what hurt the most, though. I think being from there and seeing how they booing them like that, like Jesus, I grew up loving this team.
Especially him being from that team. Yeah, him being from the area, you feel me? Like that's his childhood team. He always wanted to play for that. It's a childhood dream to play for his childhood team, and to come out there and they trash him like that and booing him like that, like man. Like,
kids get teased in school.
That's the only.
You feel me?
It's only 2 times I've ever seen Russ actually affected by something that was going on, like where he was like, not. Of course, he don't like to lose or nothing like that, but like really, that what was it? I think Game 4 against Portland in 2019, where he was on the Dame was cooking him and he was on the bench just looking down, like, and you could tell he was like. He knew like this nigga fucking me up. Like I can't believe he fucking me up like this. Like he really fucking me up. And then that Lakers stint down the stretch where he just ain't look near like his normal energetic, like confident self. Them the only 2 times. Outside of that, he like it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I already won, yada yada. With them the 2 times. That Lakers stint down the stretch where they was just that was the Vogel year. So down the stretch of the Vogel year, he definitely was looking like, man, this ain't how it was supposed to be. I was supposed to come home. I'm playing with Bron. I'm playing with AD.
Yep.
We should be at the top of the conference. We about to go to the finals. And these niggas booing me. We under 500. We like this wasn't like you could tell he was just like this ain't no way I done came home and this how this shit don't work.
This was like the equivalent of when they tell you don't meet your heroes. That's the equivalent to Russ. Like, bro, like, that's really what it was. It was his equivalent of don't meet your heroes.
No, for real.
Like, absolute facts, bro, because that's crazy how they did him. You feel me?
It really ain't, though, because that's just who the Lakers fans are. Like, like
I
wasn't shocked. I was not shocked.
Absolutely, they are.
They care about them rings. Like, man, listen, we ain't looking good. We don't look like we got a chance. Fuck you.
We don't care. We don't care. You grew up around the corner. That shit don't mean nothing.
That's true. They do not care.
To let you know how nasty Lakers fans is, like they don't really care that LeBron won the title there. They like it's cool. We used to this shit. Like we win the multiple title. Win another.
Yeah, in order for you to mean shit to us,
others they use it. One. Yeah, to others they use it. If you a Celtics fan, if you a blah blah, you're like, nigga, we just won. Has your team won in the last 5 years? Yada yada yada. But internally, like they already was the craziness of Lakers fan. They already wasn't really fucking with Brian. They was like,
big facts. They defaced this man mural and everything.
Yeah, like they already.
This
Kobe time. Yeah, we spent the last 15 years arguing you and Kobe. Now you want to come play for us, nigga? We don't give a fuck.
It's the house that Kobe built.
No, for real. And now they like, all right, you brought the ring, nigga, whatever. To outsiders, anybody else y'all want to talk shit about the Lakers, we gonna use it. But outside of that, that's like, nigga, don't say shit about my brother. And then you go in the house and cuss that nigga out like, nigga, you ain't shit. You don't clean up. You ain't had a job in 8 months. Yada yada yada.
Yeah.
But a stranger better not say shit about your brother, nigga. That's my brother.
Oh God. Oh God.
No, that's how Lakers fans is, LeBron, for real.
They got motherfuckers really out there screaming Michael Cooper jersey should be retired before LeBron's like, what?
Oh, that is insane.
Like, what the fuck is y'all talking about, bro?
That is insane.
All respect to Coop. All respect to Coop, but that's
all respect to
Lakers
fans, bro.
That is nasty.
They are sick for that.
Let me ask y'all this then, since it came up. You think Miami gonna retire UD jersey before they even think about LeBron?
That would be retarded too.
I think haven't they already said they was planning on it? They just waiting on him to retire. Bron?
I think so.
Yeah, I think Bron. They already know. Like, yeah, they.
Ain't no way. Bron, I know Bron got to have his jersey retired in 3 places. It's just the reality, man. Like it's just the reality, bro.
I don't know if the Lakers gonna do it, bro.
I don't know about LA. I don't know LA, but they gonna do it. Cleveland, Miami.
I can see if right now we talking about he never won a title there. I can understand it then, but he done put a banner up in there.
He did.
You got to retire his jersey.
He did put a banner.
It's just how it goes. He put a banner.
You can't have it both ways. You can't say we all about rings and then disrespect him and not put his jersey up there. You can't do it both ways. You can't have it both ways.
This is what I do know about Bron in LA. He won the same amount of rings Jerry West did, and Jerry West jersey hanging in the rafters.
Say it again. Say that shit again.
You gotta put it up there. They ain't gonna like it. They ain't gonna like. They gonna be.
That's an absolute.
He gave his whole. Jerry West was the blood and sweat of his hair. I don't care.
People talk shit about LeBron losing the finals, and I know y'all know Jerry West won a 9, dog, but y'all don't. Lakers fans don't hold that shit against Jerry West.
Yeah, you got it. Or they'd be like, "Oh, that shit don't count" or whatever. Like, nah.
Yeah, it's too long ago.
Don't tell me it's all about rings and then ignore them.
Man, give me 10 finals appearances for Jerry West as a Laker and 1 for LeBron. He 1 for 1. Give me dude that's 1 for 1, man. 100%. God damn. At least when he got the job done.
Fuck,
as soon as he got the team, he got it done, man. God damn.
As soon as he got there, he had to sit out a little bit because he had that little hip injury. But he said, "All right, look here, young boys. You going. I'm gonna bring in you. We gonna go get this ring. How about what y'all trying to do?"
Bron got there, trained the whole team to win a ring.
Bro, all them young talent was gone.
We know in this world 2 things can be true. Did the Lakers kind of fuck up their future trading all them players? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Did they get a ring?
Does it matter? No.
Yeah. Fuck. Give me the ring.
Give me the ring every time.
Give me the fucking ring. Like,
did they
I worry
about
my future later. I worry about that shit later, man.
And that's the thing about the Lakers. Yeah, the ridiculousness of the Lakers fans. Y'all, so we all about rings. And then, oh man, but I wanted to keep that young core. And y'all like, come on, dog. Come on,
your cake and eat it too, bro.
Yeah, stop it. Y'all ain't kept no young team and ever won no ring. Y'all always had to move and shake and grab another, and the cycle continues. So don't get on no other shit just because it's Bron.
They only say that bullshit because Brandon Ingram made an all-star team. Lonzo is. Well, he was flourishing as the type of point guard.
They made the right call with Lonzo, though.
Well,
unfortunately, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But like Brandon Ingram, that's Julius about Randle. Now Julius Randle was gone before Bron, though. Like he left.
A lot of people think he was on that team. Yeah, a lot of people think he was on that team.
I thought he got traded during the season. I didn't know he. Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, I thought he got traded during the season.
No, he left that all.
They never played a second together.
Okay.
I know Julius. I know Julius was gone, but I know B.I., Lonzo, Josh Hart, like
Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah, Kyle Kuzma, like a
But-
lot of those
but-
guys
but-
was there,
But
bro.
what we naming is outside of Brandon Ingram is a bunch of guys that's essentially role players. At the end of the day,
That's
they're
absolutely
pretty much,
essentially
yeah.
role players. At best, Lonzo
They're
could be a
just-
number
they're good
4 option
pieces.
on your team. At best,
They're
I
good
wouldn't-
pieces.
I wouldn't even say a number 4 option. I would just say that Lonzo is probably the best option as far as to run a true solid offense or offensive set through. Like if you wanted to run that type of offense, then Lonzo would probably be your best bet as far as young talent on that team.
if he's an ideal point guard, he's a two-way point
Yeah.
guard. He can run your
He's
offense,
like-
and he can
legit.
guard 1 through 2 for sure. So
Legit.
and maybe threes because he's
I was
like
gonna say
6'6",
possibly
7'.
3.
Yeah, damn, that Lonzo shit that Lonzo shit is tough because he fixed his shot and became like an actual good shooter, like a good 3-point shooter. Like he was probably
Respectable one.
Yeah, he was like on the way. He was already good defender, good ball handler, good rebounder as a point guard. It was just, oh man, he can't shoot. Then he like, all right, I'm gonna work. He fixed that ugly ass shot and then got it like good. Then his knee or ankle, whatever it is, that shit just blew the smithereens or keep blowing the
Unfortunate.
smithereens.
When I see
Yeah,
Lonzo
so-
ball, I think about Brandon Roy. That's what I think. I think about Brandon Roy because it's just going. It's like another what if.
I
Yeah,
don't think about Brandon Roy, unfortunately. Like, because I think Brandon Roy would have been a little bit better than what Lonzo. I think Brandon Roy
Oh,
could
most
have been,
definitely.
like, a
Most
real,
definitely.
you know what I'm saying, top 10 type player at his peak if he would have got
Yeah.
there. I don't think Lonzo ever would have been that good, but I know what you mean when you say that, though.
Yeah. Just another what if.
I don't know.
hopefully
I think-
things turn around for him. He can get back on the
I was
court.
gonna say, I hope things turn around for him, honestly, because like I remember Paul George kind of talking about him a few months back. Like he really is a really solid player, bro. When you really look at it and break down his game, he's not a bad shooter. He's a pretty solid defender, especially for his size. Like Buwap said, he's really the perfect point guard for anybody that wants to run like a true offensive set. He has great vision, great accuracy and passes, bro. Like he's not a bad player, or not as bad as players people like to try to pass him off as. So, like,
Lord
yeah, bro, I
General.
really hope it works out for him. Like, I really want to see him succeed because I do think that with the hype that he came out with in UCLA, and then everybody tried to like fall off with how his career started off in LA. I just feel like they didn't give him the chance to really kind of be the true point guard that he really is.
Yeah, you
I like
not gonna
that
be
the-
no point guard playing alongside Brian, though. That's just the reality.
Yeah, no, that's just
can't.
not
I
happening.
was just about to say though, I like that in that season that they did play with, Brian definitely like took a liking to him and was encouraging him because Brian could tell like, nigga, you ain't as athletic as me, but shit, I couldn't shoot when I came in the league neither. Like you got all the other stuff. You got all the other stuff. Like Brian could see that. Like your player bill kind of like mine. You just ain't as big and strong and all the other shit. But nigga, I still kind of can. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can still get out there and do some shit.
This shit called, I think I'm the best player ever shot. That's what this shit is. It's confidence. You don't have that. When I shoot this bitch, I feel like I'm the GOAT. So like you don't have this. You ain't gonna never be able to have this.
That's just pure confidence I'm shooting with. That's the only reason it's going because I just believe. I believe.
I believe in this shit. You get that to that level when you believe in shit.
It's that
you a
it's
GOAT.
that look away. You feel me? You know how when he bring the ball up court and he look down at that motherfucker and then pull
My
that bitch up.
favorite move.
That's his
Yeah,
shot.
yeah.
That's what he doing. You feel
That
me?
nigga
Like you
Bron
ain't
look-
got that, young boy. But
He look at
You
that
feel me? You
bitch
got
all the
everything
way
else?
up from the hip. He can't
Yeah,
from
like,
the hip and look at
pull. Yeah, you feel me? And that motherfucker
Fuck.
damn near butter every time. You feel me? So I mean, he like you ain't got that, but you feel me? You pretty close. So I give it to you, my boy. I give it to you.
Yeah,
All
Brian
right, man, we
respects smart
close.
players though.
We close to 2 hours, man. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and give this
Wrap
thing a
it up.
wrap up real quick. Wap, final
Yes,
thoughts?
sir.
You already know, boy. See you people Monday, man.
Cousins?
Follow me on TikTok, cousin Marcus1. Lonzo, get back on the court, baby.
There you go. I'll go and then Moo, you can go after. You know, make sure y'all
Oh,
tune in to
shit.
Gentleman's Talk. Y'all tune in to Gentleman's Talk Wednesday. We're gonna wrap up our round of 32. You know, make sure you catch all the rest of the shows. Tune in for the rest of the week. PVT on Thursday, Inside the Huddle with Moo on Fridays. Y'all know how I go. DJ Micah B.
Hey, it's your boy Moves. We appreciate everybody for tapping in today. We know we're down one guy, one soldier, but just know he is doing absolutely great. Little recovery time, but every athlete goes through the hiccups. They got their little time to recover, so we giving our guy time to recover. He'll be back real soon. Like my boy said, follow everybody on the socials. Follow our socials. Tap in with all the socials, man. Make sure y'all supporting.
We love you, Troy.
Yeah, we love you, Troy. Shout out to my boy Troy,
Sir.
big dog, from the sideline. Like DJ said, Wednesday we got gentlemen's talk where we're coming back with another round of 32. You feel me? We're doing the Sweet 16 this time, so don't miss it. We got Thursday PVT, and we Friday back at y'all with Inside the Huddle. So we appreciate you guys for slide through today, and we'll see you guys next week.